So my name is Aaron Jacob, and we'll be talking about talking with one of Senior Leone's Spanish 3 honor students, Courage Dollywell. So Courage, can you please give us your opinion of his Spanish 3 class?
Senior Leone Spanish 3 honors class is a challenging course that teaches us a lot about Spanish culture and other Spanish-speaking countries. And it's a big adjustment from Spanish 2 to Spanish 3, but Senior Leone, he helps you out with a test and things that you don't understand. Although he does not give you study guides for a test as he would with CP, I think that is good for us though, because in college we won't have access to these kind of study guides. And overall, I think this class is teaching me a lot of Spanish than I used to know.
And there we have it, Courage Dollywell. So we'll be talking to another one of Senior Leone's Spanish 3 honor students, Daniel Costa. Can you please give us your opinion of the workload that Senior Leone gave you throughout the year?
Well, the workload in Senior Leone's class is definitely a lot. It's difficult to sometimes do the homework with all your other courses, especially if you're an AP. But it's definitely doable, and I believe that it also helps you out a lot of the quizzes, and it's just going to help you out overall in the class. For me, I know that doing the work will help me a lot in the quizzes. That's why I can achieve an A throughout the semester. And if anything, if you don't understand the work or it's like a lot, Senior Leone understands and he copes with you throughout the course, and so he'll help you if you have any questions on the homework and stuff like that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Senior Leone is a pretty good teacher. Well, that's about it for the whole book.
There you have it, folks. Daniel Costa.
Hello folks, I'm Daniel Cacho taking over for Aaron Jacob, who is now on vacation. And now we're going to go ask him some questions about Spanish 3. Mr. Jacob, sorry to interrupt you. May I ask you a couple questions on Spanish 3?
So, I was informed that you guys take notes on chapters. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So the note taking for the chapters, you pretty much just take notes from the chapters in the Spanish textbook. These notes will pretty much just be about countries like Mexico or any of the countries in South America, any of the Latin countries in South America. You just take notes on the traditions, the histories, the culture, just pretty much anything that the reading has to tell you, which you just think is important and that you might need in the future.
So, is the reading in Spanish or English, or how does that work?
The reading is in Spanish. Pretty much all the reading that you'll have in the textbook will be in Spanish. But it's actually not that much of a bad thing, because throughout the year you start to understand more and more of what the words and the sentence will say. And yeah, just Senior Leone will also be there to help you translate all of the words for you if you don't understand, or if you don't even understand, say this article, he'll tell you what it means, and it's just a really big help.
So, going back on those articles, another student informed me that you guys have articles that you are quizzed on weekly. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So the articles for the quizzes, the articles can be anything from cashier having a conversation with one of the customers and just helping him out with stuff from a clothing store, or another thing will be about a microchip that was placed to track your pets and stuff like that. And you pretty much just have to read the things, and through the context clues you'll start to understand more and more of what the article has to say, and then it will be based on your quiz, and you'll just take the quiz pretty much on the article and all the other stuff in that chapter.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the projects that you guys do in Spanish 3?
Okay. So the projects take a lot of time and research to do, because you'll be given a specific topic that you have to research in and have pretty much an overall knowledge of what you want to talk about. So one of the projects was we had to research more about a holiday in these Latin countries. So one of the topics that I received was Dia de los Muertos, which is translated as Day of the Dead. and you just research more about what the people in Mexico did on that day, the food that was there, the clothing, the background as why it was called that, and it was pretty much just that. And you have to take a lot of research because you want to have a lot of knowledge on it and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun, I think so.
So you mentioned that you guys get topics. Do you mean like countries or?
Actually, it can be countries, it can be holidays, it can be pretty much anything, food. So, for example, the one that we have upcoming is we have to talk about a country, and you have to have a lot of knowledge again about what that country is and just talk about everything that has to be said.
Well, Mr. Jacob, I think that's it. Thank you for your time. And there you have it, folks. Aaron Jacob's opinion on Spanish 3. And now we will continue our interview with Kulraj Zanwal. Kulraj. So I was informed that there were 5 ideas that you do daily. Can you elaborate a little bit over that?
Yeah, 5 ideas are called 5 a day, and when we get into class, he puts it on the overhead, and we just do the problems, and after that, he gives us 5 minutes, but usually prolongs it to 10 to 15, and then he calls on about 5 to 10 people to complete the 5 ideas and verbal ideas, and then gives us some minutes to correct our mistakes and finish up.
You mentioned verbal ideas. What exactly is that?
Verbal ideas, he gives us tenses such as present, preterite, future imperfect, and stuff like that. And he gives us one verb, hablar maybe, and then we have to conjugate in the correct tense.
Oh, okay. Another student also informed me that on Mondays you usually have class discussions. What exactly is a class discussion?
Oh, class discussion, we get in groups of 3 to 4 people, and Senior Leon usually picks those, and basically we just talk about a topic that he puts on the projector, and it can range from like what happened to your weekend to what do you want to do in the future and things like that. And then at the end of the discussion, for homework, sometimes you have to write a summary on that topic, and sometimes you have to call him and read out what we wrote about that topic.
So, do you feel that you've learned a lot this year in your Spanish 2 class?
Yes, my pronunciation in Spanish has greatly increased because I've been talking a lot more Spanish during the discussions and during his calls than I used to in Spanish 2 and 1.
So can you tell me a little sentence or two of what you learned in Spanish 2 that you may have not known in Spanish 2?
Oh yeah, sure. Aaron no usa el cinturón de seguridad cuando conduzca la puerta.
Aaron doesn't use a seatbelt when he drives the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Kulraj Dhaliwal with his opinion on Spanish 3.
You will be mine. You will. Even if it's somebody else's. Girl, not for long. Right. Girl, not for long. 'Cause I'm your type. You know.